one of the advantages of technology is that it helps you to achieve more. Another advantage you can think of is the fact that you work faster, easier, and smarter. And that is our focus on TechBridge today on Lagos Television. And as always, we always tell you, when you think technology, think TechBridge on Lagos Television. Sheyi Fumiola today is my name, and I welcome you to the show.
You are welcome to TechBridge today. My name is Toyin Olagoke. TechBridge is a program for you. Is where we cook it, where we serve it fresh. Is a place where you get innovation. I mean, I'm talking about information. So TechBridge is one of the programs that helps you to stay at top of your doings, your programs, your projects, and everything you need to know. And today
we're talking digital broadcasting. In 2006, the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, signed an agreement, and that agreement was based on the fact that they want all member countries to switch from analog transmission to digital transmission. The reason for that is not far-fetched, because they want every member country to avoid interference on their broadcast frequency. And that is our focus on today.
It is.
Whatever you call it, digital transmission, digital switchover, digital broadcasting, it has to be digital.
It has to be digital, because if you're analog, you're old school. And the good thing about Nigeria is Nigeria always catch up with the rest of the world. Yes, we may be playing catch-up game, I know. But the truth is, catching up is not a disadvantage in itself sometimes. So, yes, it's good to be early riser, early partaker. But Nigeria has been working on digital switchover.
Yes,
and you see that DSO is a movement across the globe to ensure that everybody migrates from analog to digital, so that at least we can have crisp pictures.
All right. For more on that, join us after this break. You're welcome back from that break. The program is still TechBridge on Lagos Television, and like we told you, we're talking about digital broadcasting today. When you talk digital broadcasting, I think we should let the cat out of the bag on the definition. Well,
for the definition, like we said, digital broadcasting is actually working, enjoying the viewership, entertainment or information in such a way that you are not struggling with the picture quality or the audio. Everything is digitalized. And somebody said that digitalization of broadcast is like a democratic system of information and entertainment.
Yes, it actually democratizes information and entertainment. That means you have a lot of options. And in fact, when we talk about digital broadcasting, we can't rule out this term digital switchover. And when we talk digital switchover, it's talking about a global movement driven by technology to migrate from analog TV experience, where viewers use antenna to search for signals, to a crisp screen viewership and multiple channels access using set-top boxes connected to TV. I remember those days that you have to go out with one long bamboo tree like that, and you have this fluorescent with wires. You have to start twisting for signals, UHF, VHF, until you get a clear signal. It's okay. And if you want to watch another channel, you start twisting that bamboo tree outside.
That is analog.
That is analog.
You have to be checking to get the clear picture, and sometimes you get several pictures.
Sure.
You get some that are clearer, you get some that are not clear.
A shadow of the original.
Some that looks like balls, but you hear the voice
with bars.
That is the disadvantage of analog, honestly. A number of times you are not too sure of when you will get a good quality entertainment or information or broadcast, and that is analog. So now we're facing that out, because I can't imagine my child or my children coming out, go to the what was it called, the antenna side, and begin to turn it to get maybe their favorite programs.
In fact, at a point, some people manufacture this remote controlled external antenna.
Yes.
But the fact still remains that this generation of children can't identify with that.
No, they can't.
They are so familiar with the dish thing and the rest of it.
And the digital system or digital broadcast has really made it easy. All you need to do is to have your remote control, turn it to the channels you want, you get a good picture, you get a good sound, you have multiple platform channels and a number of things.
Of course. When we talk about digital broadcasting, digital switchover, Nigeria, of course, is trying to catch up, like you said. And they've been with this in a while. And so far now, according to NBC, we have about 6 channels or 6 digital broadcasting systems in Nigeria so far. That is one in each geopolitical zone.
Oh, okay. Now, what they've done is they were able to test the water. Instead of switching at once and getting into problems and troubles, they decided to pick one location
At a
by
time.
regional. So they pick one in the Middle East, they pick one in the northeast, central, and like
I think
that.
they started from Plateau, right?
Plateau, we have Plateau, we have Kaduna, we have Enugu, we have Osogbo, we have Kwara, we have Abuja. And they know that Lagos State is a very
Because
trouble.
I was wondering, why can't we start from Lagos?
We have more problems. If you should start with Lagos, don't forget we have a lot of channels in Lagos. That's number one.
Sure.
Number two, we have the population. I'm telling you, I don't know what the Nigerian Population Commission is doing. I know Lagos has the largest population in Nigeria.
It's very
no
obvious.
matter their data, it's visible, it's glaring, it's clear. So now, if they have done it in Lagos, we could have run into problems because there will be several teething problems. No matter what, any system at all, we go through the normal teething problem.
Challenge
But the
phase.
main thing is to do it quickly and get it fixed. So for the digital broadcast in Lagos, I'm sure they're looking at the best option to adopt to ensure that we get the best quality so that we don't run into problems.
If we have to compare analog and digital transmission, we earlier mentioned that one of the disadvantages of analog transmission is that of signal. The signal is not so clear. We have a lot of broadcast noise, if I can coin that word like that, distorted signal, and at times you tune into a particular channel, you hear another channel on that same
that's the disadvantage of the analog, because you just say people using is a free, I won't say it's a free frequency, but the truth is because it's analog, it will be picking some over another.
So that is the interference the IT was talking about.
So there will be interference. So it's good we go the way of digitization.
And of course, when we still talk about analog transmission, it's actually expensive to run. Talking about the hardware facility, and when it comes to the spectrum of frequency, if I get that term right, that is used to transmit in analog way, I think it's more expensive compared to when we come digital.
You know, the digitization actually simplifies it. That is why we can say it's cost effective. There will be different stakeholder coming into that. So because the world chip is relative to what we're looking at.
Yes.
Yeah, because the other way around, digitization at the beginning may be expensive, but
at the
long run it's cheap when you put it side by side. While analog is very, very expensive because you have to look at the equipment, you have to look at the number, you have to have transmitter and repeater stations, repeater stations all over the place. Look at NTA, look at LTV, look at all the existing stations. They have to do a lot of collaboration, transmissions, and it's expensive.
It's really expensive.
But by the time we go the way of digitization, everybody plays his own parts. Some people become content provider, some people become content aggregator, some people, and we'll talk about all
the rest of it.
later,
Okay, so let's delve into digital broadcasting. Really, why should we embrace digital broadcasting, digital transmission? We've talked about the quality picture. I think that is a hallmark of digital broadcasting. You have a very good quality picture and a very good quality audio as well. And another thing is that it increases the number of programming that we have, because there will be a lot of options for people, because it is streamlined into various segments. So we have a lot of players coming into it.
It will really help, because if I have my television like the old analog, you have to be checking, you're actually limited, number one, per location. If I'm in Lagos, I can only watch few programs
because it is restricted.
Exactly. That's the issue of increases of the number of programs. So I'm restricted to Lagos. If I'm in Osogbo now, I'm limited to number of channels there. But by the time we go digital, anywhere you are, you can change to the channels you want, number one. Number two, you have a number of channels. You have a lot of programs coming on board. Don't forget, some programs are tailored towards music. Some are news, some are sports. But by the time we are on digital, we're able to have varieties.
So we have individual channel for each of those programs instead of having them on a station. Wow, that is huge. And if we're still talking about increasing the number of programs and the rest of it, I understand that, for instance, especially for state-owned televisions, if you are in Lagos, for instance, on terrestrial transmission, we can't really transmit beyond Lagos and some neighboring states, because you are
regulated.
That's part of the regulation by NBC.
Yes, you've paid for a license that covers a certain area. certain geographical area. But with digitization, that
You're
brick
global.
walls will be broken. You are global. You can be seen anywhere in the world. So you have no limitations.
And of course, secondly, we can have access to mobile TV with digital transmission.
One day, this mobile that you have is going to be your TV. Already we have it in
We have
Nigeria.
mobile.
Yes, mobile TV. I'm not talking about mobile app per television. I'm talking about a development where
makes
all the television stations are on that app. You just pick the one you want. We already have it.
Really?
LTV is on that platform
Yes.
as well. So
Yes.
I won't mention that name because they will come on the on this program to tell us
Tell us more about it.
about themselves. But the truth is, you are allowed to watch what you want on a go. It
Wow.
allows for mobile TV. I don't need to say it in my home, in my office, and be restricted.
So
I
that
can be
means-
anywhere and be watching.
So
at the
that
same
in
time.
that case, TV becomes mobile.
It is. It is.
Then we also see this advantage that it will create more jobs. Someone said that you don't need more than a room to own a TV station with different programs and segments. That is when it comes to digital broadcasting.
Absolutely.
Because you don't shoulder all the burden of virtually every hardware. You only concentrate on a specific aspect of the broadcasting chain, and probably a room will do for you.
That's a big plus in this world of digitization of broadcast. Why? Because you can be a content provider. You don't need to have transmission base anymore. No, just be in your room, record your stuff, be a content provider for them. There will be a link.
Okay.
When people call it MPLS, you can link it to the DSO, people that will transmit properly.
To various
so a
homes.
lot of people will have job. In case you don't know, you can begin to make research.
Start thinking of
Start thinking of the
content to
advantage
provide.
that you can benefit. You are Hausa, you are Igbo, you are Yoruba, you are a student, you are a copper, you are a market person. You can begin to think about what this will beat to you. You can be a beneficiary
Yes.
of this DSO.
Because whether we like it or not, it's going to hit us someday full time. And that is why we say TechBridge connects you to the future. We've seen the future here, so we encourage you to key into digital broadcasting. Then we also talk about the fact that it offers more free-to-air stations. Remember, we're talking about digital broadcasting. It opens more channels.
More channels, because what the federal government is actually working on is everybody that will be on this digital switchover, DSO, all you need to do is to pay certain minimum amounts for maintenance, not for the content, but you have a lot of free channels, free.
Virtually every, like
Free.
where we have
You want to watch people in Plateau, you see them
see
here.
them
You want to
here.
watch people in Abuja, you see them
without
free.
necessarily being on the cable subscription.
Absolutely.
I
So
think that is
it
an
will provide more free channels. All those people, independent producers will be on free channels. Then you can have premium content, premium channels as well.
That you
But
have
the
to
truth is,
subscribe to.
you have a lot of free channels.
Okay, then lastly, we talk about the fact that it's going to encourage creative thinking and production.
Why
That
not?
means I can start thinking of, I should have a channel that is dedicated to students alone, primary school students. Any content that talks to them, that could just be all I do on that channel. Unlike now that we might not really have that, a specified one. I think those ones that we have are just mainly on entertainment and sports and the rest of them. So that means at that time, people will begin to think more creatively about different types of programs that can come on board.
I want to tell you that you will see the best of Nigerians.
We are good at that.
Nigerians are very, very creative. It's just little percentage of the people that are making us to look bad out there.
Or look lazy.
Nigerians are creative. As we sit here, you can create thousands of programs within this environment. So by the time we switch over to digital, all these photographers, all these editors, different kind of things,
So you can
people will be
have
so
dedicated-
creative to put things together, and it will not just be a wishy-washy. It will not just be any kind of program. It will be a properly packaged program.
Nigerians are good at that. When it comes to doing it at all, we always do it well. Okay, and when we talk about digital broadcasting, it has some equipments that you have to put in place, and one of them is the set-top box.
Set-top box, some people call it decoder. They have different names for it. It's just that set-top. That's how they call it, set-top box. What it does is it receives all the signals through your dish
Okay.
to LLMB, and it transmits to your decoder, then back to your screen. So one of the equipment we need is a set-top box and a decoder.
So it's going to be provided by all these providers that are all these stakeholders.
The truth is, we have the manufacturers already.
Yes, I understand that.
I think way back, maybe 2010, 2012, federal government keeps licensing people. We have some in Osogbo, we have some in Enugu, we have one of them in Osogbo, one in Enugu, I think in Lagos also. Instead of buying this expensive decoder from outside the country,
so they
will manufacture. So we're going to gain, the country is going to gain, because the expertise, the how to do it will reside with the engineers. Remember, the same thing happened to telecom.
Yes.
Now we have Nigerians engineers.
Yes.
Before we don't have that.
We had to rely on.
Well, I use the word import. We have foreigners. Sorry for that. But the truth is, it's going to empower people. We're going to have people that can do it. Don't forget the set-top box itself will not just be another set-top box. It will equally, they call it triple T. Okay. To help you for internet. Yes. To help you for transmitting the video, and to help you for even storage itself.
Yes, I understand. It can help you record content that you watch. Probably you are not there, or you want someone to just play it over for you. You can record it on any storage device that you choose. I think that is a huge advantage to digital broadcasting system. Of course, it's not going to come free, at least from the information we gathered now. Probably it's going to be like paranums.
But to me, it's not going to come free, but it will take away the issue of you having problem with your television. Is one-off setup. You just pay for your equipment, just like today all of us, we are familiar with all these plate, what do they call it?
The cables,
pay TV.
And
you have to pay. It's the same thing, except that it's not going to be that expensive.
And it won't be monthly payments.
So you are not going to pay monthly subscription. No, you only pay one-off maintenance costs annually.
Okay, so when we say digital broadcasting, it means we are talking about the future that is going to hit us here in Nigeria very soon. Of course, in other parts of the world, they are already there. But here in Nigeria, we are getting there. We have it in about 6 states at the moment, and the NBC and the federal government is working hard to ensure that it gets across to everyone. So if you want to key into that, stay on TechBridge. I will give you more updates on it. I think we have to go for a quick break now.
We have to go for a break, then we'll come back later.
Join us after this break. Welcome back from that break. The program is still TechBridge on Lagos Television, and we'll be talking about digital broadcasting all this while. And we've mentioned the advantages it has over analog transmission. So this is where we're going to wrap it up. But before we go, we'll be talking about the participants in the digital switchover business. We'll talk about the content providers, and we also talk about content aggregators, and all of these people plus other people that are going to mention
so
now.
Many of them. Of course, you have a telecom, internet service provider, as well as satellite provider. You'll be having movie provider or movie maker or, or producers. It's going to be massive. Honestly, it's going to really be a revolution. We're talking about recession. Though we are out of recession, but this DSO of a thing will really help us. It will boost. Entertainment is going to be a big hub for making more money for Nigeria.
I'm also looking at the sports angle as well. People are going to key into all of that, and probably will have more of grassroots football and sports competition coming into fore to the global viewing as well with digital transmission.
So by the time we have all these participants, like we said, the content provider, movie producer, aggregator, customer service,
that is very key.
Is also part of it.
Because
now, my point is this: over time, there's going to be job. Job will be available through this major industry.
And I also understand that with digital broadcasting, if we have to switch, really, it's going to it's going to improve our internet experience.
Yes.
We'll have more internet broadband or bandwidth to play with, and we'll have faster internet because we are kind of using up most of the resources we have with analog transmission
what
now.
People don't know is the same set-top box that you have can give you internet. It's just because they've been using NFB, which is one way. Now, by the time they have the other type, which provide in and out, it will give you internet. So you don't need to buy separate modem or data. It will just provide you that facility even in your home.
Well, I think we've been able to do justice to digital broadcasting today, digital transmission, digital switchover. Those are the terminologies. And for those people in the states that are already on DSO, we say congratulations to you. So we can't wait to have it here in Lagos as well.
Lagos is going to be massive. Lagos, anything that comes to Lagos, of course, will be the information about Nigeria.
Of course.
So that's why NBC is very careful. But by the time Lagos switches and we get it right, the whole world will say, oh, Nigeria is already on DSO.
That is a thumbs up for us. Many thanks for joining us today. We appreciate you for joining us, and thank you for watching today. Hope to see you some other time. The program is still Tech Bridge, and we encourage you to send us your feedback. We're glad to have them and we'll respond to you accordingly. Shayi Fumola, today is my name. See you in the next episode.
Just keep on watching Tech Bridge on every Thursday, 11 a.m. And if you're a provider, whatsoever you're doing, come and advertise on this platform, and you'll be glad you did. My name is Tony Olagoke, signing out.